Hey guys, welcome to Cheap Comic Collector. This is episode number, or is it 163? And today we're going to be taking a closer look at Starstorm. It's a 6-issue miniseries. I believe it was from this year. Yeah, 2023. Started in May with a May cover date, and this is the series that Jason Feinstone sent me. Thank you again, Jason. And normally, when I get comics and they just go into the boxes and eventually I'll get around to reading them. But this one looked interesting and I wanted to give it a read and see what it was. And Jason actually works on these. He was the colorist and the letterer. Drew Craig basically did everything else, the story and the art. It's his brainchild. But Jason Feinstone helped bring it to life, and it's very good. It's not great, and I do have a few issues with it, but it was an entertaining read. This is a series. Let me zoom in a little bit more. See if I can zoom in a little. Yeah, it's better. Lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. It was good. It was good. This is a story. This is a series I would continue to buy if I was buying new comics and if I was willing to pay $5 an issue, which I'm not. But as we all know, because I'm cheap. But the art is pretty good. Drew does a pretty good job. As you'll see here, it's definitely influenced by Star Wars and superheroes, but it's basically it's kind of like a Nova type character, sort of. These guys, these intergalactic aliens, are looking for a weapon. A meteor comes to Earth, and the weapon joins itself to the guy whose name I forget, but basically he becomes Starstorm because of that. So kind of like the Blue Beetle, the newer Blue Beetle, where you got the thing that came from outer space and attached itself to a human. But look at the art. Look at the art. The art on the armor and the robots, and look at these. Look at the spaceship scene. This is cool. Very nice starfield in the back. And so that's where his art shines, is on those type of things, monsters, things like that. The humans, the artwork is okay on the human figures, but it's I don't know. It's a little off-putting for me. It's not quite as dynamic. I want to say it's not. I want to use the word flat. Because but that's not quite right either. It's just done in a style that I don't care a whole lot for, the way the faces look and so forth. But the story is pretty darn good. It's and like I said, the artwork on the monsters is fantastic. So they definitely makes up for that in the other artwork. This was an odd thing. You got this panel here, which continues on this page. So it looks like it was meant to be a centerfold, and maybe they miscounted the pages. But it actually kind of works like this too, just because it's unique and different. So anyway, that was kind of weird. But so in the first issue, basically, they're fighting this monster, and the monster, it turns out to be the school principal, because the guy's a teenager. He's in high school, and hanging out with his friends and stuff. And he's the new guy at the high school. And they never really explain, I don't think, why this monster is the principal. And there's a few things like that where in the storyline where things happen that don't get explained. Now, they be explained later? Maybe. This is the first, basically, the first 6 issues. It says at the end of the 6 issues that they'll return, basically as a new chapter in this overall storyline. So, like I said, it's heavily influenced by Star Wars, so I think it's kind of they might be setting it up as a trilogy of miniseries is my impression, but I don't know. And then the next issue, it opens up with the funeral of a lot of the high schoolers that died when the meteor hit the high school, and so it introduces this character who is an archer, athletic gymnast type. I think Kate Bishop kind of, and she's the her parents are dead, so she's under the guardianship of the local gangster who is this guy. So there's problems there. And then zombies start crawling out of the ground. Look at this art. This is awesome. Isn't that cool? And then, so yeah, it just kind of introduces the new character. You can see her outfit here where she decides she's going to go hunting for Starstorm. And the actual title of this, by the way, is The Savage Strength of Starstorm. It's not just Starstorm, but anyway, so they end up fighting zombies that are coming out of the ground and so on and so forth. And again, there's really no explanation as to why there's suddenly the dead are coming back to life. So we don't know if this is all due to the Starstorm power, or it's just not explained, or if it's just something that happened. And apparently, there's like superheroes in this world. And check this guy's costume out. Is this an awesome design for a costume or what? That is just so friggin' cool. This is one of the bad guys from outer space, but very awesome. This is the Tiger Clan, and they're sent to find Starstorm and retrieve the weapon is what they're trying to do. And so he ends up fighting a dinosaur. Again, no explanation of why there's suddenly a dinosaur. There just is. And so, yeah, they come down and to fight. And then it's somewhere in one of these issues, there's a mention of a superhero team. And I don't remember exactly where or when. Here they are. Here's their introduction. They were mentioned before this, but this is Omega Squadron. Basically work for this guy in the government, and they're going to investigate the Starstorm guy because they don't know, what the deal is, and they know that there's these aliens coming from outer space and so on and so forth. So they're trying to protect the planet, which is their job. And number 4 is a very cool cover with the mirror image, and they've actually reversed the lettering and stuff too. It's not just like a flip cover. It's actually reversed. So that was neat, nicely done. And Jason was kind enough to autograph these for me too. So, let's see this time. Yeah, so they're still worried about the aliens. The girl that he's interested in gets powers basically from him. And then so does his best friend. His best friend turns into this guy. And so he's having fun. He's geeking out a little bit. And the girl gets a new costume. And so now they're basically suddenly they're all heroes with powers. And then they get sucked into a portal and are confronted by their future selves, who warn them to use this blade to stab somebody. Basically, it's very cryptic. It's something that takes place in the future. And so then when they return to Earth, everything's in the shambles. The aliens have taken over the planet looking for the weapon that they couldn't find because they were not there, and so on and so forth. So the superheroes, Omega Force, are gathering all of the heroes and attempting to... This is Omega Force again. And so they're gathering all the superheroes on the planet, which there's a ton of them, right? I mean, it's like, Crisis on Infinite Earths or Superhero Secret Wars or something's going on here, man. There's just a gazillion heroes. And you see them all here. And that's just some of them. And so there's a lot of universe building going on. Instead of concentrating on the story, the nuances of the story, they're building their universe, and it's still good. It's good. It's good concepts. It's good. It's good. It's just some things get left behind. Like I said, there's no explanation of why the principal turned into a monster, why there's a dinosaur, why there's a... is that normal for this planet or what? It doesn't really tell you what's going on. But obviously, if there's this many superheroes, there's probably a lot of supervillains as well. And so here's a whole nother team of superheroes that they meet up with because the other ones got wiped out, right? So this is like the B team or something. And there you go. So they battle it out. Eventually, Starstorm... And the aliens have this robot army that they just can't defeat it because there's just so many of them. They just keep coming and coming and coming. So basically, Starstorm eventually surrenders. He goes with the aliens because they want the weapon. And that's kind of where it ends. It fades to black and white on the last panel. It says, "So ends the first chapter in the saga of Starstorm. Starstorm will return in the Galactic Warriors saga. Stay tuned." So, nicely done. It's good. It could have been a little better, a little more time on the story maybe, but it's good. And I got used to the faces on the people. It just took something to get used to because it's a little bit of a different art style. But it was good. I enjoyed it. Like I said, I would. This is something I would pick up. It's. I know a lot of the guys that I interact with on the channel like the sci-fi stuff, the Atari Force and stuff like that. So this is very much in that vein, and I think you guys would enjoy it. So check it out. If you get the chance to find it. I don't know if it's still on newsstands. It started out in May. The last issue had a October cover date, so it's not that old. It's only like a month old, something like that. Well, I mean, I don't know how they do the dates anymore, so I don't know if it's October means actual October or if it was 3 months ago, but good stuff. You should check it out if you get the chance. I enjoyed it. So thanks for watching. Tomorrow we'll be going through the second half of the Batman box, and we'll see you then. Have a good one, guys.